Okay, back in Sable. I have some housekeeping to do. We have a bit more money now, so there's the last badge I need. And then there are 3 things to do over here. That's not the right button. There. Let's see. Wait, the cartographer bike front is just straight up worse than the default one? This game is so weird sometimes. And I believe we have 3... Yeah. Nice camera here. But we got our 3 cartographer masks. That does not look like a person. So did we pull anything out, or...? Yeah, that's the cartographer mask, I guess. Let's go back to Bone. And the other thing here is to sell off a whole bunch of scrap. Yeah, that's a lot of... Huh. 2 scrapper badges. So I guess we do get badges for... Okay, so I do have tons and tons of money now. So I want to buy the other bike parts here while I'm... Might as well get to that while I'm here. Oh, this is beeping. Hey, Jetty. Okay, so they're back in the ewer. So I guess that sounds like it's just where I go at the end of the game when I decided I'd have enough. But we've got a ways to go yet. So how about these other bike parts? Wait, now this is showing higher max speed on the cartographer bike. It just wasn't showing that before. This game is so weird. But yeah, scrapper bike seems just better. Yeah, cartographer bike is worse than scrapper bike. This does look pretty cool. Although I don't have the cool trail. Oh, there's a chum up there. I never saw that before. So, how do I actually get up there? Do I climb the tree? And is there anything on the tree? Okay, nothing on the tree itself, but that's easy to get over here then. Whenever I look away from the screen at a certain angle, it thinks one of my eyes is closed. It's weird that the tracking does that, but whatever. Oh, hey. What do you know? Another chum. Can I get it like this? This is fine, right? Yay! There are intriguing sights around, but I wanted to make sure to head to the city before too long. I like the sounds of this bike, they're interesting. There's something glowing over there. So what's all this? Is this on the... So this had looked like some kind of creature. It is actually a pipe. Huh. No apparent entrance. Eccria. We've got a lot of water here, apparently. The bike will be fine. Okay, I think the more proper entrance to the city is over here, so let's just go through this place. See how much there is around here. Got the parking spots here. Bikes. Giraffe bike for towing, speedster bike, delivery bike, salt bike, and clothing. I can buy the clothing. There's a lot more here than I can afford. And I want the speedster bike, of course. So I'll just leave the stuff for now and see what else is in the city. How are these clothes looking? It's okay. But I'll stick with this. Maz. Tampering with the water supply? Yeah, that sounds like a crime in a desert like this. I mean, I don't really... I guess it's the quest in a video game, so... Heard tell of the Shade of Eccria. Okay, so we can get this mask. I've kind of stumbled across, like, this whole political situation without knowing a thing about what's going on here. That's kind of a strange thing to just walk into, but okay. He has nothing to say. I did not mean to climb on your wares, but... What's going on? Power supply issues? Oh, is this that plant that was retracting? Melancholy mushrooms I haven't seen. I guess I could buy this stuff if I need to at any point. So we have another quest, mystery stuff here. That bike looks cool. So guards. So here's actually inside the town. Something or other going on. No dialogue yet, so... And yep, of course the guards want me to handle it. I mean, this kind of thing always has me feeling like repairing the power core is one thing. Tracking down someone who stole it, while also working with someone else to free someone who's been captured by the guards for tampering, is like... I feel like I want to know more about the political factions here, and like... That's not really how this kind of storytelling works. I just have to do the quest and see what they've written. And, like, even in games where they give you more options, they tend to just be things you kind of just have to choose based on vibes, rather than actually going in depth with what's going on with the people and systems or anything. So... I don't know. I'll do the quests. I'll see what the game has to offer in its story. Strange place. So what goes on here? We have like, I don't know, some kind of furnace or machinery. This is mine. Thank you. And big vats of something or other. I have no idea who Eccria is. Okay, I can go talk to someone. Or no, Eccria is the merchant that was mentioned to get talked to get a merchant's badge, isn't it? So I guess I do know. It's substantial price in illegal markets. So, I don't know, how big is the civilization here for there to be that kind of market? I'm not sure if I trust you that it's the way you're talking about people like this, but I'm not gonna buy anything like that for now. Having to buy so many of the badges is the kind of thing that's like, I don't know. I wonder if they'd planned for a little more and ended up just going with this in the end. Because it's like, it's not even separate quests for 3 badges, it's just buying 3 badges from the same person. That's like nothing of interest. Are you? Oasis water isn't clean enough to drink on its own? Yeah, that would be a pretty bad thing. Sure, I just picked up out of boxes and stuff, so... You can have some. Yeah, that's important stuff. Realistically, the power is a priority. I don't think anything will happen game-wise if I don't do it. But I can play along and focus on the power, which means finding the mechanist around here. It's an interesting tree. Look, Money. You can just walk up and take it. It's free. Did you know you can just walk up and take money whenever you want? Oh, these are, like, symbols. Directions. But I don't know what's what entirely. Oh, we have, like, a cafe. Yeah, I could definitely see how one could leverage this to earn money. What is this? Another of these statues? More free money? Yeah, I've noticed something when watching back another of the videos when editing it. If you go up to a low ledge like this and run towards it while jumping... I got it just now, or a moment ago. But it's like... You can get a real speed boost that way. Like, I wasn't even pressing dash there. What if I do dash? Yeah. But yeah, that was a real speed boost. It's not at all consistent, but speedrun tech discovered, I guess. I'm definitely gonna have to look up some speedruns of this afterwards and see if anybody's using that trick anywhere. I don't know if exactly how obscure of a game this is. I've never heard anyone talk about it. But presumably someone's played it. Not much here. Okay, I think I've been over most of the city by now. Kind of a small place to be called a city, but I can pretend it's larger. I mean, that's a standard video game thing. It's just the impression of a place where people live, more than a fully fledged actual city. Where is the mechanist around here? Wind chime die. I mean, I presume when that character said bring the power core to the mechanist, they were talking about the mechanist in the city and not Utari. I mean, it's strange that a guard would ask me to do that part, even if we buy the stuff about wanting an outsider to investigate. There's no reason the guard wouldn't just take the mechanist, wouldn't just take the spare to the mechanist themselves. What's going on here? Is this the prison? Jail? Get more free money. Oh, and I guess this will actually give me directions over here. There was this, like... Oh. Sometimes it just doesn't pop up the interaction things to talk to people. Hamza. I trust Hamza a lot more than anyone else around here. Just, I trust the people who build the systems that take care of people. I guess that's how I should say it. Maybe that won't always be correct, but I think that's a good default. Another one thinking it's Eccria, and yeah, that seems... That's definitely where my suspicions are. I mean, Eccria could even have hired the person that one climber she pointed us to where she could even have hired them as through an intermediary. Just as someone to take the fall, if she's less interested in the power core itself and more interested in just getting people to pay her more for food and such. Okay, so the power will be restored now at least. I don't have to worry further about that. Okay. So now we're getting into the giant cable thing, which is not quite as cool as giant Leviathan spine bones, but still pretty cool. And so far, going to the city has not really given me much more about their culture or anything, or about the history of this place. There's a... So the conduit keeps going that way, but there is something here. Let's just stop here real quick and see what's going on. So, seeking his friend. Another quest where I'm seeking someone's friend who is somewhere supposedly dangerous. So the 5 Bells is just a camp for people going around Eccria. Sand Surfer Top. That's okay, I guess. I just like this one. And I guess there are some bells here. probably 5 of them. Anything up this ladder? Probably a chum or something up around here. Yep. Why are there bells here? Unclear. You have windmills over there and you're not getting any power from them? There it is. The atomic heart. Okay. So we have some stuff here. There's scrap here for some reason. And then we have a locked door that I'm supposed to find my way around. Well, Chum, did you take the power core? Yeah, this place is not very secure. Atomic shell die. At least it wasn't more money. And then just one of these to open the door, I guess. Another door to... So how do I get inside you? Oh, I see. Okay. We have something I can't interact with. Not birds, feathers. It looks almost staged. So no clear culprit yet. Just some clues. So power's back on. Water's flowing now. People have moved around. I don't have very clear evidence yet. I'm just kind of guessing. I can go around and talk to people more and stuff. Because, like, I really don't have anything clear. I can talk to... I mean, I guess I can get a bit more confrontative with some people. See if I can get any more information. Machinist with a mushroom habit. There are definitely people pointing fingers at each other. So, at this point, I took a bit of a break, and when I came back, apparently my recording settings in OBS got messed up somehow, and it did not record any mic audio for the rest of the video for this episode. So, I guess it's post-commentary from here. Not much else I can do at this point. It's really not a great feeling to be partway through a project like this and find out that something is broken, but better for it to happen here than on a video I care about more, so in a way, it's a good lesson. Just, this is gonna be so much more work when I was just, like, I was just getting into a nice groove, figuring out how to do some half-decent editing at a decent speed, and now everything's just thrown off. Anyway, here I am, taking a look around the city now that the power's back on and things are back to normal. One thing I was thinking about during the break was that I had been kind of disappointed by this power going out quest so far, and it's mainly because I was like, this city should be an interesting place all on its own. Just, you have it's basically the center of the society with the most people living here. I get here, and then I'm suddenly thrown into this whole other quest about the stolen power core that is honestly kind of generic. I mean, it's not awful, but it doesn't have much relation to how people live in this world under normal circumstances, or the history of how this city was settled, why people live here in particular, anything like that. And at least so far. And those are the kind of things I wanted to learn more about. Anyway, I spend some time throughout this going back and forth across the city at looking for more clues and talking to people and stuff, and I don't really find much more than I've already found up to this point. So basically, I'm much happier to just forget this quest for now and just focus more on the parts of the game I like more, the exploration and such, and maybe I'll find stumble across some clues later on. So first off, this oasis north of town has some various things scattered around. No agriculture, really, oddly enough. Like, there's a few pomegranates and stuff growing around here, but they have all this water, and you presume the water is why people are living here, but then they're not doing anything with the water much. So, I don't know, it's weird. There is a lot of speculation about that kind of thing in the voice that didn't get recorded. But then we have a chum here who, for some reason, is larger than other chums. I wasn't even sure at first, but that pedestal is taller than Sable is. And like, compared to the chum over here, this one is normal size. So I don't know what's up with the big one. But I was able to search around more, and up on this pillar is a unique flower. A beautiful flower that grows atop a rock in the Ecrian oasis. And then I noticed that there are these dragonflies you can pick up. Only found in large open bodies of water. Tricky to catch, but beautiful to look at and extremely nutritious. I don't know if I'm gonna eat any of them. Maybe someone wants them. And there's a few other chums and dragonflies and stuff around here. So I picked up all that I could find. And in this last spot, notice there's a particular symbol on the rock here. You can see it from over this angle. I wasn't even sure if that was just some weird graphics or if it was something intentional. But it turns out to be significant. Which I found out later. First off, head back over to the docks and run into a child who wants the flower. And in return for the flower, I get an entertainer's badge. It's nice to see that that is a profession in here, since that's not something that really came up before, except with seeing Lahore in that one cave. Oh, there's this little heart here. It's cute. But then searching around more, I look back at the merchant area. Can't really talk to anyone here, but there's this strange thing. Some kind of carpet or Pokemon or... And then someone comes and assaults me for no reason. Except to save me from getting eaten by that worm, I suppose. Which is... I'm not really sure you should keep something that's prone to eating people, right? In a populated area with plenty of foot traffic. Like this, that seems kind of dubious. But anyway, she offers a quest to go look for a Hakoan glowworm. Which is currently at Seven Sisters Station, so somewhere I have not been yet, so that will be some place to look for. There are chickens around here, so they have at least some sort of food. I noticed I haven't seen any goats or anything. I still don't know where that hay came from, but anyway, I jumped into the canals under the city at some point and spotted a chum in one of these spots. So you have to go just come around from outside the oasis to pick it up here. Then, while going around the city again, I noticed someone here in the little shrine area. Shar Varana, the atomic priest in Eccria. So, I described I keep trying to call them mechanists, but that's thief. This is not thief. The mechanical people, I described them as priest-like, but I guess there is an actual priest group. And we don't really get any information about what they're like, other than, like, vibes. I mean, we get them described as being, like, restrictive, but not much specifically about what they say or what they preach or what kind of worldview they promote or anything like that. So anyway, she gives us a quest to go look for Lahore, whom we already have found, so I get to completely bypass whatever chain they're intended for me to follow to find her. But for the moment, I start thinking about this other quest, the Shade of Eccria quest, where I'm looking for the mask. And I wasn't paying much attention, but it said to follow the symbol at the gates. And that symbol is... well, I mean, I know where it is. I saw this thing in the oasis, so I guess there's more scattered around, and they lead you over here eventually. But we get the Shade of Eccria mask. Again, just explore and skip to the end, which is pretty fun. It's nice that the game lets you do this stuff. And we have a mask full of googly eyes. How very silly. It also makes these weird sounds when you walk around, like little bells in the eyes or something. And I checked, but no one, except for Maz, no one else in the city has any sort of reaction to this mask. Unfortunately. So it's not useful for anything else. It seems like. Just talk to Maz, trigger the cutscene of Sable coming over and scaring the guards away. There's a very silly guard conversation you can listen in on. Talking about some kind of glowing plant, wondering what's in it, and... you know, I just said this wasn't thief, but... listening to guard conversations is pretty thief-like. It's nice that the door just opens automatically once the guards are gone. Anyway, there's this whole little thing about how Maz is actually taking care of a bunch of orphans. And the kid's touched that Maz cares for him so much. So this at least worked out pretty straightforwardly. Maz lets us keep the mask, so we can walk around with googly eyes if we want. Looking around the city some more, I also spot this little fabric shop where I can buy some clothing, and they're not very expensive, so I just go ahead and buy up everything here. We have an Eccria set, beetle set, and a scrapper set. The beetle set does indeed look soft and luxurious, as the description says, but I'm more interested in the others. This Eccria set is nice. I like that the top is flowing and kind of has a skirt-like bottom on it. It's the closest thing to an actual skirt I found yet. The scrapper set looks like it has a bunch of convenient supplies, and it does cost more than the others, but I don't think it's actually useful for anything. It's just cosmetic. I cannot use those claw things for climbing or even whacking people or anything. Too bad. Unfortunately, the Eccria top has these real bad clipping issues. It's slightly less noticeable with the trousers in the same set because it's the same color, but it does still happen, and it's very distracting to have it just flashing for one frame of the character animation. So I don't end up using this. After fiddling with the options for a while, I decide that pairing the biker top with the scrapper bottoms is pretty nice. We have a bit of a half cape thing going on. And I have claw bars to threaten people with, or climb with, or pretend I'm doing things with. So with that all taken care of, I decide to go look for Ilhor and just teleport back to that side of the world and back to Ilhor's cave. Some nice music here. She's very poetic. Poetry's popular in this world, it seems. Anyway, she seems to be feeling just a bit stifled by... like, she mainly works kind of... she's basically supported by the priesthood, and... like she said, she uses her gifts to convey their message. And again, we do not get any specifics about this kind of stuff, but she's looking for something more. And we get some unnuanced dialogue choices where we have to pick simple answers. But I don't think they actually affect anything, so it's fine. There is some stuff here that's interesting to think about. Like, first off, value of art for truth or joy. I don't think these things are really that different. Like, when a piece of art speaks to some truth that you rarely see mentioned or acknowledged by others, it can be very joyful. So ultimately I have to select truth, because I think that's more of the core of what can be important about art. Caution or safety is more straightforward to me, despite those things being similar. I would say I tend to reflexively always reach for safety. I mean, with all the anxiety I have and stuff. But caution is what I try for, because I want to do things. And sometimes doing things involves not being safe, but being cautious. Purpose or freedom is a bit of a strange one. It's like in practice for me, I tend to want to explore many different things, but I also tend to hyperfixate on a particular set of things and ignore other stuff. So in practice, I've always been somewhat in between these. Ultimately, I have to pick freedom. I'm not sure indulging is how I would put it, but it's more like I think it's important to explore a lot of different things. So anyway, this is a charming little conversation. Lahore gives us a badge and says she'll think on it for a night. And then the quest tells us to go back to Eccria because she returned. So yeah, the priest here does not seem very unreasonable, but again, it's like no specifics about their dogma or anything, so we don't really know. Just vibes. That's about when I decide to end off, but I do spot a chum way over here in the distance. So just climb up here and get it. Easy enough. And then wandering around here, I noticed that the guards are still over here, and I look on. Maybe they forgot to set a flag properly or something, because the kid's back in jail, so I guess that kid is just gonna be in jail forever. So then it's time to end off for real. but off in the corner of the screen, do you see it? There's a chum there. Climbing up here is very precise, but you have barely enough stamina to make it. And then I remember that there was one other thing I wanted to do, one other bit of housekeeping, so I head back to the Bridge of the Betrayed, and climbing up it again, it teleports you to the bottom, so you do have to climb it again, but I find a chum along the way. And up here at the top, while editing the previous episode, I noticed there was a chest here, which I had not seen, so turns out to be some dye. Better than coming up here for just some money or something. And while I'm here, I bother to climb up the statue because from here I can fly to another chum. And with that, I'm actually done. Next time, we head to the south of the world and explore more stuff. And hopefully I don't mess up the recording again. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.